Women who are chosen, as they say, chosen ones, chosen women, women who are smart, women who have intellect, women who have knowledge, who have wisdom, women who are not delusional and don't just go along to get along, you will often be a target for haters, for jealous people, for people who don't like you because you have too much knowledge, you have too much intellect. When you are a woman who has wisdom and good old common sense, you may have people who despise you simply because they cannot lead you off a cliff, simply because you ask questions. Can you believe it or not that women who ask questions, women who actually want to understand the deeper meaning of things, women who are not easily led astray, are often women who are disliked? If you are a woman who has common sense, if you are a woman who has too much logic, too much reason, people may not like you simply because you can see through their BS. People who do not want others to see through their BS and they want to be able to inflict their toxic negative behavior onto other people, you will be the type of woman that they do not like. This is the reason why a lot of men, especially toxic, jealous men, like to avoid women who have too much going on for themselves. A lot of women who have a lot going on for themselves, they're deeply intellectual, they have wisdom, they have things that they're not just accomplishing, but they're developing in their mindset. People with a low-level way of thinking do not want to deal with chosen ones. They don't want to deal with chosen women. They don't want to deal with women who see past the exterior of what a person is. If you are a deeper thinker, if you do not let things go that are toxic, if you don't put up with toxic behavior, you will often be looked at as if you are doing too much. You will be looked at as if you are the problem, when in actuality, the person you're dealing with, the person who doesn't want to understand that there's a level of respect that you expect from people, or that certain things just don't make sense to you, and because of it, you're not going to just go along with it. Because of your maybe moral compass, you just don't go along with the different things, with a lot of different things. They may not like you because of it. You have to be used to being set apart and separated from people who have a low-level way of thinking. When you are the type of woman who is a chosen woman, you have a deeper way of seeing the world. You don't see things at face value. You see things for actually what they are. And that's kind of, if you want to say, the downside of being the kind of woman who is spiritual. You see things further than the face value. You can have such a heightened sense of discernment that you can tell when somebody is no good. You can tell when somebody means you, they don't mean you any well. You can tell when somebody has, they don't have your best interests at heart. And you can tell when somebody is simply wasting your time. And because you have such a low tolerance for people wasting your time, disrespect, and foolishness, you will often be the one who is disliked. Chosen ones also do not have a lot of friends. And for my women who say, I don't like female friends, I don't have a lot of friends. Well, the reason why you might not have a lot of friends is simply because you are not dumb. And I know that might sound triggering to some people, as if I'm saying that in order for you, like people who have a lot of friends, they're dumb. No. People who have a lot of friends, it's wonderful if you have a lot of, authentic, genuine bonds that you have made with people that you actually know. But women who tend not to have a lot of friends, it's because they're not able to follow along with delusion. They're not able to follow along with people even when they're in the wrong. When you are friends with a lot of people, you are compromising your personality and your way to cater to the needs and the wants of other people. And those people who are those type of ride or die kind of people, they die a lot simply because, and they might not die physically, but they die spiritually and mentally when they go along with behavior that is tacky, ratchet, and or harmful. And when you are the kind of woman that's not co-signing everything, you often will not have a lot of genuine close bonds because you refuse to follow the delusion. The type of world we live in today, unfortunately, a lot of society is delusional. They follow a lot of things that just do not make sense. They follow a lot of things that create confusion. And a chosen woman does not follow the spirit of confusion. She does not follow the path of most resistance. She does not follow the path that leads her into being in drama and chaos. She enjoys her peace. And because of that, you may not have a lot of close friendships. And that's perfectly normal, especially as you get older. As you develop into your own as a woman and you discover who and or what you like, and you know the things that you don't like, and you understand more so what you believe as a woman and what you stand for and your boundaries, you have to expect that you're going to be on the outside looking in on a lot of delusional, toxic behavior. And if you are the type of woman that is so desperate for friendships, so desperate for bonds with people, you might compromise your boundaries and your standards and your beliefs in order to say you have a whole lot of people around you. But a real chosen one, a real chosen woman, she doesn't care about having a bunch of fake friends, fake people around her. She would rather build a solid relationship with a few people who are on the same page as her spiritually, who mentally understand where she's coming from, who has a deeper way of thinking, not a lowbrow, shallow way of thinking, a person who values peace and does not like chaos. She'd rather wait for those kind of God-given relationships instead of attaching herself to negative energy, negative spirits. Chosen women, women of intellect, women of wisdom, we do not attach ourselves to people who are going to harm us in the future. We do not attach ourselves to people simply to say we have a lot of people around us. And when that happens, you have to expect that you may be on the outside looking in with the crowd. See, we're not interested in being in a crowd or fitting in. Women who are chosen, we are creative, which means we create our own spaces, we create our own communities, we create our own opportunities by the help of God, of course, the grace of God, but we create our own things. We don't wait for somebody else to accept us, we accept ourselves. That's the point. When you're a chosen woman, you are not waiting for other people to validate you. You can validate yourself. And you can create opportunities, you can create, communities, you can start the very things that you want to be a part of. You're not always waiting for somebody else to do something for you that you can do for yourself. And you're definitely not waiting for people to so-called accept you. When you're waiting for acceptance and approval from people all the time, you leave yourself vulnerable and open to their toxicity. You leave yourself open and vulnerable to people who may want to take advantage of you, who may want to take your kindness for weakness, who may want to take advantage of the opportunities that you're creating for other women who are on the same page as you. You open yourself up by lacking discernment and wisdom as a woman to people who mean you no good. And chosen women, women of intellect, we're perfectly fine being disliked for the right reasons. If somebody dislikes you because you have boundaries, because you have standards, because you have beliefs, it is okay if you're not liked. It is okay if you stand alone for a while God builds your community, while you wait on that divine intervention for the people that are going to be a best fit for you. As women, we have to get more comfortable being alone and not be so desperate for people that we invite these toxic energies, these toxic spirits into our lives. The one thing we do not do is beg for anybody's acceptance. It's not to say that we don't want to be liked. It's not to say that we don't want to get along with other people. But if you have to compromise who you are as a woman, if you have to compromise your belief, if you have to compromise your good old common sense in order to make a friend, I absolutely refuse to do that. I know for me, I noticed the shift in how many friendships I was really building the more I grew in my faith and the more I really began to loathe, drama and toxicity. When you grow up in an environment where there's always a bunch of arguing, fighting, fussing, people are constantly nitpicking about different things. as you grow as a woman, you desire peace. You desire to be in an environment where everything just flows. And of course, we live in a world where things are not like that. But in your own personal space, in your own little, corner of the earth, in your home, you can create a stable environment of peace. You can be very mindful of the people and the friends and the opportunities and the situations you are attaching yourself to. As chosen women, we don't understand that we have a lot of control over how we curate our lives. You don't have to let anybody in, and that's including some of your toxic friends and family members as well. You don't have to surround yourself with people simply because they're blood. Because the way I believe, you might be blood, but if my blood aggravates my spirit, I cannot connect with you. I cannot be in that close proximity to you. So as chosen women, if you think that way, as a chosen one, if you think that way, you're not going to be liked by a lot of people. And it's normally the people that have that crabs in a barrel mentality, those people that jump on any bandwagon that is popular at the time, those people who like to make friendships or build relationships based off of aesthetics and trends. A chosen woman, a chosen one is not going to appeal to people like that. And it's not that you don't want to, but they make it impossible with their negativity. When somebody is so, and this is a main reason why chosen ones are often, ostracized and put on the outside by other people and disliked by other people, it's because you refuse to follow things that are not helpful and things that are harmful. How would it help you to ban something that is actually being beneficial to you? A lot of people do things based on principle, and they destroy their lives in the moment trying to prove a point. And feminine women, we just don't operate that way. Chosen women, women of wisdom, we have times when we stand on principle, but then we also have times where we know we have to do what's best for us in this moment. And that's not always trying to appeal to the masses. That's not always trying to appeal to the collective. As feminine, wise, chosen women, you have to be okay moving counterclockwise, meaning when other people are going this direction or that direction, you have to be okay going the opposite direction, especially when it means maintaining your peace, maintaining your lifestyle, maintaining your spirit. As a confident, feminine, wise woman, it is imperative that you don't get caught up in allowing people to take you out of your element, to get you out of your comfort zone that is actually, bearing fruit in your life. And some people come into your life because they don't want to see you comfortable. It's okay to get out of your comfort zone when it comes to like job opportunities, business, things like that. But as far as your lifestyle and how you live and how you maintain yourself as a woman, it is not okay for someone to come along and try to make you feel uncomfortable because you're living a peaceful life. Chosen ones will often be a target for people who like and have chaotic energy. They will try to get you to do things and say things and be around people that cause you distress. And when you're dealing with people who want you to compromise your way of life and the way you live and that peace you have inside of you and the kind of peace that you radiate in your environment, when you have people who try to come in and somehow disrupt that, those people are not the kind of people you need to be around. And they're not going to like you when you bring up the fact that you're disrupting my peace. So as a confident, chosen woman, as a woman of class, a woman of excellence, if you want to say that, you have to be mindful of knowing that when you are a woman who maintains a standard of peace, a standard of comfort, a standard of wisdom and excellence, or, however you want to say it, you will be disliked by certain people, and it's okay. Don't compromise your standards. Don't compromise your way of believing, and don't compromise your peaceful, comfortable lifestyle because you have someone, an agent of chaos, trying to get you out of your bubble. Feminine, confident women, chosen women, oftentimes, we have no issues being comfortable by ourselves until the right people come along. We're not vying for other people's attention. If they don't like you because you are different in that way, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to dumb yourself down to fit in with the basic people. You can wait for those who are meant for you to come to you, or you'll be drawn to them. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.